Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So my name's Katie and today I'm going to be doing my May TBR. So first of all, I just wanted to say thank you so much for 300 subscribers. I'm so happy, like I had a little dance party by myself, and yeah, just thank you to every single one of you. Yeah, I'm just so excited to have some bookish friends. Today I'm going to be doing my May TBR, so this is slightly chaotic. I'm going to be participating in the BELIEVATHON, which is a middle grade readathon hosted by Gavin from How to Train Your Gavin, and also the Asian readathon, which is hosted by Read with Cindy. Also, I've got a few extra books because I'm quite ambitious. So let's just get started. So firstly, I'm going to talk about my books for the Asian readathon. So the first prompt for that is to read any book by an Asian author. So for that, I've chosen The Three-Body Problem by Chin Liu. I might have said that wrong, I'm really sorry. And it's translated by Ken Liu, and this is a Chinese science fiction. I'm not really sure what it's about, to be honest. I read Broken Stars, which is an anthology of short stories of Chinese science fiction, and this was one of the authors in that, and I really enjoyed his story. And this is quite, I think, a famous book, so I wanted to read it, and I got a pretty edition. So yeah, so that's the first one. And the next book is to read a prompt with so the next prompt is to read a book with an Asian author or character that you can relate to in some way. So for this, I've chosen Soul of the Sword by Julie Kagawa. So this one, well, obviously Julie Kagawa's a woman and I'm a woman, and also the main character, because I've read the first one, so this is the sequel to Shadow of the Fox. She's a bit like naive and kind of away with the fairies, which I'm also a bit like that. So yeah, so the first one we're following Yumeko, who is a kitsune, and she's kind of living with these monks, and then one day she has this scroll and she like runs away with it, and then kind of being chased down for that, and then she teams up with this grumpy sword guy. I can't remember his name, but yeah, so I've seen lots of praise for this series recently, especially the final one, so I'm hoping to listen to the audiobooks for, well, Soul of the Sword, and hopefully Night of the Dragon as well, which is the final book. Next prompt is to read a book with an Asian character or author who is different from you. So I've been very basic again and just gone for one where the protagonist is a man. So for this, I've got Fullmetal Alchemist, the first one. So I've never read any manga before, so this is going to be my first experience. I have watched the anime for this though. So the main characters are Edward and Alphonse. And obviously, well, Alphonse is a giant mechanical thing, so that's obviously different from me as well, but yeah, I'm very excited for this one. Final one is to read a book recommended by an Asian. So I've just been very lazy and chosen the one that Cindy recommended in her video, which is The Boat, which is I think a story of Vietnamese immigrants. So that sounds really interesting, and I've never, other than Heartstopper, which is kind of a webcomic, I've never really read a webcomic before, so I'm quite interested in that one. Then I'm going to talk about some new releases. So I've got two that I'm quite anticipating. So the first one is Age of Empire by Michael J. Sullivan. So this is the last book in the Legends of the First Empire series, which I've really been loving, especially the audiobooks. I got this one like pre-ordered on Audible. Yeah, I'm excited to see the conclusion, and especially because the last book ended on quite the cliffhanger, kind of literally as well, actually. So yeah, so I'm excited to see where this one goes, and yeah, just hopefully all my babies survive. This book, it's a really hard to explain series actually. The first book, so it's kind of set in this world where there's like clans, and it's quite like almost not Viking-y, but a bit like that. And there's these people called the Frey who are like elves, and then there's the humans called the Runes, and the humans are worried that the Frey are coming to like invade them. So it's basically, the first book is basically like this one clan are kind of trying to sort out what they want to do about it. That's a really poor explanation, but it's really good, and there's so many great characters, like all the female characters are so great. And yeah, you've got this little mystic called Story who's so cute, and yeah. Also Aurora Burning, which is the sequel to Aurora Rising, which is I'll put it in a picture, which is a really great YA sci-fi series, which I really enjoyed the first one. I've seen quite mixed reviews, but I really enjoyed it. So yeah, so I'm excited to get to the sequel for that as well. Some books that are not on any kind of readathon, but just are on my TBR. So The Girl in the Stars is the first one. So this is by Mark Lawrence, and this, I've started reading this actually, and I'm like 75 pages in, I think, and I'm really enjoying it so far. It's so cool. Like, I love survivalist stories, and that's kind of what this is. Also, I had the best like first chapter like ending to the first chapter ever. It was so good. But yeah, I'm quite excited for this one. So this is quite a new release, kind of following this like icy tribe and this girl Yaz, and I don't really want to say more than that because I feel like that might spoil like the first chapter. So yeah, so I'm really enjoying this one, and I'm excited to finish it. Also, this is like quite an ambitious goal, especially since because I have loads of studying to do. But I also would like ideally to start The Eye of the World. Oh, it's gone. So I have very like started this, but I'll probably start from the beginning. Yeah, so this is the first book in the Wheel of Time. I have no clue what the series is about really. I just know it's a big like epic fantasy with lots of characters, so I'm excited for that. And yeah, so that's also on the TBR. Then next is Library of the Unwritten by AJ Hackworth. So I've seen such good things about this. The cover's quite pretty as well. I think it's a story where every book that's ever been unfinished by an author, the characters sort of go to this library, and then it kind of ensues from there. I think there's a librarian who's trying to like chase down all these creatures. So yeah, it just sounds really good, and I'm excited to read this one. Also, I have 12 Kings by Bradley Boley, and I'm excited for this one because I don't know much about it, but I think it's like an assassin desert fantasy, which sounds so cool, and I've heard it's got quite a good romance as well, which I'm always up for. I'm excited for this one, and yeah, I just found this one in a charity shop actually. It was really cheap, so got it, and it's in really good condition, especially for like a charity shop book. I was happy. Finally, my BELIEVATHON prompts. So this is hosted by Gavin from How to Train Your Gavin, and I love middle grade, so I'm so excited to see more people like participating and reading more. So I had a bit of trouble like trying to get the map, like trying to follow my route, but I think I've got one now. So the first prompt is to read the first book in a series. So for that, I've chosen The Last Chance Hotel by Nikki Thornberry, and this one I think is like a kind of mystery novel, obviously hopefully set in a hotel. I love books set in hotels, like hotels and inns, they're just mwah. Yeah, so I'm excited for that one. The next prompt, sorry, is a book featuring a family relationship. So for this one, I've chosen The Last Spell Breather. So I don't really know too much about this one, but I saw it was like really cheap on Kindle. It was about 80p. I read the synopsis and it sounded kind of like there was a family, so I'm just including that one. And then the next like location was to read a book published before 2000. So for this one, I'm cheating very slightly and choosing a book that was actually published in 2003, but we'll just forget about that. But that is North Child by Edith Patel. It was also very cheap on Kindle actually. It was like 98p, so I was quite happy with that. And I think this one we're just following this girl who's kind of going on an adventure. I think she teams up with like a polar bear or something, but that might be wrong. And yeah, just being of age, and yeah, it sounds really great, so I'm excited for that one. So the next prompt I'm going to be doing is a book featuring a female Bond. So I'm not quite sure about this one. I was trying to like just guess from synopses. So for that, I've chosen Ember and the Ice Dragons by Heather Fawcett. So this one sounds so cool. It's like this girl who's a dragon, but then she gets cursed to being a human, I think, from what I gathered. And then she goes on an adventure from there, and that just sounds like it's like everything I love in a middle grade. The next prompt is a book featuring an adventure or an expedition. So for this one, I've chosen the Polar Bears Explorer Club. So this one just sounds like so much fun. And also kind of, you can probably tell quite a few of these are quite like wintry reads, which I mean, it's going into spring now, but I just love a good bit of a wintry atmosphere. That's that one. And then finally is read the next book in a series. So that's like when you've reached the stronghold in the BELIEVATHON. So that for that, I'm going to read the Bad Luck Lighthouse, which is the sequel to The Last Chance Hotel, which I chose for the first prompt. So that's just, I'm guessing, another like mystery, maybe set in a lighthouse, following the same characters. So yeah, I'm excited for that one. So that is everything for my May TBR. I hope you're all having a great day. And if you enjoyed the video, please give it a like and consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. And yeah, so and comment down below if you've read any of these books, or you want to read any of these books, or what readathons you're participating in May. And yeah, so I'll see you all next time.